Best, number one, nothing less. Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
Let's arise on the shot again.
To seize this opportunity on behalf of the Institute for Humanitarian Studies and Social Development to help me put very wonderful rounds of applause for all of them.
I want to encourage as many as our guests here that are not humanitarians to join us, to be a part of us, to be trained as professionals in the business of impacting lives. Thank you very much.
The humanitarian perspective can be delivered by nobody but Dr. Usman Farooq Tarfa, the head of cross-border cooperation at the National Boundary Commission, the presidency, while Professor Simon Aliyenba Shabuke, the Monitoring and Evaluation Officer at the Institute of Procurement, Environmental and Social Standard in the Federal University of Agriculture and Macaulay, will be speaking on this.
Being the chairman of this sitting, my role is to moderate. Whatever the institute has outlined that will happen here, we may likely change it or alter it.
The ministry is fully committed to working with institutions like IHSD and international partners to ensure that our youth are well equipped, not just with skills, but with purpose to serve our humanity.
The award recipient and newly inducted professional humanitarians, I say congratulations. You are the moral compass of our shared African culture. Your work brings hope to the hopeless and light to communities in need.
Also using power and influence responsibly to serve the vulnerable population or people at risk of disasters and people affected by disasters.
The Department of the African reduction? How do we strengthen transborder peace and security from the humanitarian perspective? And then we draw a conclusion. Next slide. Borders in Africa are products of colonial arrangements. The Berlin Conference of 1884-85 bifurcated Africa into different nations. They partitioned Africa because they were scrambling for resources. The bifurcation was done in Berlin without necessarily visiting Africa. So the instruments that were inherited by African leaders at the time of independence could not be used on ground because you cannot translate it. So this became a huge problem for Africa. Demarcating the boundary to know the limits, the whole African continent since the time of independence, and we were able to only demarcate 35% of these borders. Over 60 years, we are still struggling. Humanitarianism, people used to mistake humanitarianism with human rights. Humanitarianism goes beyond the legal obligation. It's all about saving the dignity of humanity, reducing the suffering of people.
The title is Promoting Humanitarian Values, Ethics, Social Standards, Justice and Inclusivity, an essay for building strong and resilient organizations. A brief overview, a 4-point overview. The introduction, refresh our minds on these terms, and then we'll look at building strong and resilient institutions in Africa, what it requires. Then my experience at the Institute of Procurement, Environmental and Social Standards. Now, what are institutions? Okay, justice, about fairness, equity, and giving people what they are due for or deserve. The opportunities or things that they need for their living. Inclusivity, and this is very key in a society now that it is about us and them. If it is not about me, myself, then it's about us and them. And that divides ensures that there is no equal access to what should have been accessible to all. He's talking about this. And we need to create those safe harbors or environments where everyone feels valued, respected, and is able to participate fully, regardless of what differentiates them from others. This is a process of nation building of communities. If we do not do this, then we cannot be able to. You will think you're doing the work, but somebody else whom you're supposed to serve does not know you're at work. One thing is the people who are experiencing what we don't do in terms of inclusivity. If you raise children in an environment where there is no inclusion, they don't feel that you think about them, they don't feel that you want to give them the space to be what they want to become, it gets into their subconscious. If it gets into their subconscious, what this means is that you have raised an individual, first of all, who doesn't feel that people can be courageous enough to think of others. They don't even think you're thinking of them. And such people, how does it impact them? They are not courageous enough to dare to do things. They are always afraid because they grew up in an environment where they were afraid what was going to happen next. And the good that should be coming to them. No value for money. We don't need to talk about it. Then the us and them ideology is found so much, almost everywhere in our continent. If somebody's announced a minister today, the first thing the people where he comes from will do is that it is now our turn. But this is a minister of a federal republic if it is Nigeria. He's been called upon based on his competencies to come forward and serve the nation, and not only where he comes from. But that is what we do. Friends were right. So everybody that is close to the man feels that suddenly now I can come to Abuja and know where things are going. We leave the setting, and then there is no value for money. The other aspect of it is increased social unrest. Now people over a long time cannot feel the value of leadership, cannot feel, and this is not the best. It's not the best place to be. Nations that have been through this path, sometimes the unrest can aggravate and it gets to limits that cannot be controlled, and all of this. But all this can be avoided if we commit to building strong and resilient institutions. And I quickly share my thoughts with you. Enhancing internal governance and organizational capacity. Because while looking at institutions, I looked at the smaller institutions, the bigger institutions, and then you have the nations or the states. All these. But if all they use an accountable leadership, not very common, because the leader's final word, whether it goes well or not, is the final say. And everybody, what you're bound to do is to obey. Otherwise, you get prayer.
And we have learned from there. I want all, where we go, we put in practice what we have learned. As at University College of Health Sciences, we shall ensure the way we started and where we are going, we will build upon from what I learned in this lecture. Thank you very much. I will have more to say.
So I'd like to claim the indulgence of our real father of the day, His Royal Highness Lawrence Sylvester Ayi. My father, this talk about I told you this second, the chairman of Oklahoma Local Government Council of Chiefs, Nasarawa State. Please make it loud.
Inviting me to be part of you. I was here with you people last year, and today I'm here again. I want to appreciate each and every one of us. I want to believe that all the remnants have enough to go out there and put it into practice. Because I also went through the same processes last year to become a fellow of this institute. And I believe you are loaded. I hope that you put it into practice. I believe that all of us here in this country, if we are going to go by what the institute is teaching, I believe we have a better country. We have better leaders, and our country will be better. Our country will be great. I want to appreciate all of you for coming. May God Almighty, in His infinite mercy, protect, guide us, and grant us the mercy of the safe sound and health. Thank you.
Maria Rose, Okizie Aloysius, Oyeka Pauline Ugochi, Lucy Ezechukwu, Chidozie Kelechi, Shade Ogundairo, Jedidia Afonja, Okemiri Nneka Jim, Mervyn Dowden,
I
quickly, mufflers. Dr. Ewa, please, the certificate, you are handing the certificate over to the chairman and please, the mufflers to everybody right now. Mufflers, everybody. Please hand over to Chairman Vision, muffler. Hand over to our President, the muffler. His Excellency, gold medals. Please, hand over the gold medal. Please take off your cap for the medal. Bring the medals, please. Please take off your cap.
I can't even take. I can't just take the reduction materials.
Badge to go around. We need the mufflers. Alumni President muffler, Dr. Rita mufflers. Decorate them with the mufflers right now. Okay. So we call your name and you find Miriam Rose. I'm letting me, I'll moderate you now. So let's have him decorated. Well, there are two things here. One is the fellowship frame. The other one is award certificate of commendation. This is in appreciation of your outstanding contribution in promoting humanitarian value system in Nigeria, national values, social development, and service to the less privileged. Congratulations. So can you have this? Let's have others. Please do present. We can have His Excellency, we can have the police come, representative of the Honorable Minister for Youth, and is our guest speaker, please. Let's have him decorated. Please give to him to decorate. Blessing, Basi, Achibon. To be decorated by the
Can you give us this?
Dr. Simon. Please. IHSD, after your name, and we now call you distinguished humanitarian fellow, not just your name, selflessly. And can we, Dr. Meji Francisca Emmanuel, I'm sure.
I pledge my commitment as a professional member to support and defend humanity. So help me God.
So these individuals have gone through a tailor-made curriculum that suits global best practice for people who are practitioners in the humanitarian and development sector. They were taught on NGO management, dynamics of humanitarianism and community development service, community assessment, community mobilization, advocacy, sustainable development goals, fundraising, leadership, ethics, and values, amongst others. And how does it as humanitarian become of hope? Congratulations.
This humanitarian merit honor is being presented to Apostle Jedidia Akim Waleola humanitarian beacon of hope, the recognition of your outstanding contribution to the humanitarian value system in Nigeria and sustainable social development. Courtesy Institute for Humanitarian Service and Social Development, dated this 18 October 2025. Congratulations. October 2025. Congratulations.
Present the Pan-African Humanitarian Leadership Award to the best humanitarian public servant of the year, the Government Minister of Youth and Development, Dr. Engineer Ayodele, on behalf of the Institute, dated 18 October 2020.
To the event today, what's your experience? How can you respond to it?
Today's event is a wonderful one. Being one of the graduates of today's event, I am now an humanitarian and I've been addressed as one. What I have learned during our training shows we should be our brother's keeper. We should endeavor in every area of life, give a helping hand, bring positive to our environment, make changes. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'm Dr. Arthur Simon.
Okay.
By the grace of God, I am a member of IHSD. And today I received a very good award due to my humanitarian work.
Exactly.
And I can say that this is a very good work. And we thank God for this wonderful institute. You're really shaping the world, teaching people how to be good humanitarian. Not just to look after the money, but to help the people genuinely. Like I'm the owner of Arthur Simon Foundation, and what I do in my foundation is to help the less privileged and the older people.
Yeah, thank you very much. Although I came here to represent the Honorable Minister of Youth Development, who was also honored with Exceptional Heroes Award for the humanitarian services. Well, just like I said during the remark of the Minister, the program, the graduate, and also the people who have been giving honors to. The program should be able to reawaken their consciousness, to seek for what they can do for their communities, their nations, not them requesting what the nation will do for them. Because it is not the rich that is involved in humanitarian. It is people with good hearts, both the poor and the rich should be involved. And through the humanitarian service, it also yields to community development and also contributor to our nation at large. So many people today have been recognized, many people have got a lot of connections through humanitarian services or the other. So my message to them is that they should instill the spirit of humanitarian in them and utilize the resources and everything that they have learned during the period of their studies before their graduation to impact into the well-being and positive development of their community and our nation at large. Okay. That is God's message for them.
Okay.
Today's event is successful. It is an eye-opener. It is what we need, and we are glad we're involved. Sorry.
Okay, I'm writing my story. Please allow me to finish the story. Is it?
It can't be the story.
You are